Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mansour and today we're going to do an interior review of this BMW made Competition LCI. This is the 2022 model. In the previous video, when I did the exterior review, I did mention I'm going to do an interior review and some driving review as well. So it's not very bright today, so it's a bit late during the evening as well. So yeah, it's a perfect time. We can see a lot of interior lighting and a lot of little bits and pieces we can talk through as well. It's just kind of perfect time. But yeah, let's just pop in. So right, looking at from the driver's side now, this being a Grand Coupe, we've got the frameless windows over here. As soon as you open the driver's door, you're greeted by this beautiful interior lighting. This car has got the Bowers & Wilkins upgraded sound system, which we're going to play as well a little bit just to get some sort of idea. I'm not sure if the mic is going to pick up the exact same quality of the music, but trust me, it's magnificent. It's amazing. It's probably the best sound system I've ever had in my life, actually. Right, so we've got a full leather, so you've got 2-3 different types of the leather you can get in the BMW, and so you can get Vanesca leather, and then you get the merino leather. Now in the merino leather you can get standard merino leather, which will be just your seats and some part of the armrest, your seats will be the merino leather. Then you get the extended merino leather, which comes in like cars like X4M Competition that previously I had, the M3s and M4s. Then you can opt for a full merino leather, which comes as standard on the BMW made Competition. So this is a Silverstone merino leather. So the leather you get is on your door card. Then you also get a leather on the bottom of the door card as well, which is the black with the silver stitching. On the white part, it's not really a white, it's like a greyish white, and you get like a greyish blackish coloured stitching on the white part. Moving on to the interior now. Now it's just a beautiful place to be in. You get greeted by these illuminated sill plates, made Competition. Now on the side you got your lighting menu. Obviously this car doesn't get the front fog lights, so you can only get the rear fog lights. Then you got silver trims around your vents. Now this is a leather steering wheel which has got the M stitching with blue and reddish colour stitching on it. A typical BMW steering wheel, they're just a bit more thick, you know. The rim of the steering wheel itself is quite thick. When you're holding it, you can definitely tell it's quite a big chunky steering wheel. Also, moving to the seat itself. Now this is the fully electric memory seat, so for the driver and the passenger side as well, which you can see from here. Let me show you. So you get the memory option and full electrical adjustability. Now with the LCI version you can also get carbon bucket seats, which are basically an option. So they're basically like the exactly same carbon bucket seats you get in the M3s and M4s. So I think for a daily driving, the way this car is, if you want to do some track days and stuff in this car, yeah, carbon seats would be really good. But whereas a daily driving, in my opinion, these seats are just amazing. Just look at that. Ooh. Right, okay, so let's just turn the car on actually. Now, this car has got the Technology Plus pack, which is obviously going to allow you to drive semi-autonomously on the motorways and like standard roads and stuff, and the lane assist and all those sort of things, whereas it will brake itself as well if there's a car in front of you, or it wouldn't undertake a car if there's a car on your right hand side. So that's one thing. Now, part of the leather that I was talking about, so with the full merino leather you get, let me just turn the, oops, yeah, so with the part of the full merino leather, obviously you will get the full leather dashboard as well. So the dashboard goes all the way down there, and you'll get full merino leather on that part, which is a quite soft, you know, leather, which has got a bit of grey coloured stitching. Now, even at the bottom part of the, you know, the centre console, you'll see obviously that is also leathered part. And now, looking at the infotainment, let's talk about the infotainment. Oh, let me just move the car keys first. Right, so this is how it is. So you get the carbon fibre. I believe it's just about, I think, £600 option to get the interior carbon fibre trim. The carbon fibre trim only covers the centre part of the centre console. It doesn't cover the side trims like you used to do in the previous X4M competition. So it's iDrive 7.5, which is the exactly same system with what I had in the, let me just move it around, oops, sorry. Oops, yeah, let me just do that way. Yeah, there we go. Right, so so you don't get the carbon fibre trim all the way around. Now, it's the same system, iDrive 7.5, and it's quite easy. You know, this system is, in my opinion, one of the best system BMW's ever made. Also, I mean, looking at the other part where the new iDrive 8, which is quite you know, wide long screen, so the screen covers literally the long part of the dashboard. They've removed the buttons on that part, which I'm not a fan of it. The whole point of BMW is being logical. Okay, the BMW has always been a very logical car to be, and that's always one of the biggest attraction I've got towards the BMWs, the performance and the how logical things are. Their buttons, they make, you know, some sort of concept. So the buttons have a right concept to them. Every button has got its own you know, like kind of value in the car itself, so it's logical, carries quite a lot of value to it. So these kind of things, from a driver's perspective, they do matter quite a lot. So that's, you know, the main thing. Moving on to the gear selector. Right, so it's the same gear selector, the M gear selector you get in the all M cars nearly. So it's illuminated as well, If you can see from, if my camera can, yeah, so inside part is just illuminated as well. You get the red button for start stop. Obviously this part of the trim is a bit of piano black, which as usual get quite, you know, sticky and dirty because of the fingers, as you can see over here. Now you also get 360 camera as well, and you get the recording part, which it would start recording if you click that button over here. Then you've got the M mode. So M mode, if you were to select the M mode, your center in the main screen for the speedometer, it would change. You can spec that the way you want. So I've got my miles to the gallon part on there, and then I've got my tire temperatures and tire pressures on that part. So also I think you can, yeah, you can see the revs going up on that side as well. Now as soon as you see select the M mode, you get the heads-up display change as well. So let me just show you the difference. So without the heads-up display being in the M mode, it will be like this, and with the M mode it's going to change like that. So very cool feature. So previously this used to be just always the standard one on the M cars, but now they've made it quite more livable so that you can live with it. Like you don't want that big rev counter all the time on your heads-up display. So on the other side you can do the setup. Now you can configure quite a lot of stuff in this car. So you can get the, because right now I'm in a comfort mode, so comfort mode, everything's going to be efficient, comfort. The engine is in the efficient mode, and you can change that as well if you want. You can change the chassis, how you want the damping to be. You can change the way the steering wheel is going to be, how you want the steering wheel to be light or a bit heavy. You want the brake, this is just a bit gimmicky, but it does kind of make difference if you are driving, you know, on the track or doing a spirited driving. The brake response is going to be slightly better. But then on the other side you've got MX drive system as well. So this X drive system is fully configurable, where you can remove the front axle from the rear axle, so your car can become two-wheel drive only as well. So obviously to do that you'll have to turn the traction off completely. Once you turn the traction off, then you'll be able to switch it to two-wheel drive mode and do some silly don'ts. So let's just put the traction back on. There we go. Now a very good touch about the car is when you do any select any sort of changes onto the car, this is all BMWs are like this, by the way. You would get the car exactly same car with the same color that you've actually spec'd on the exterior. It's just such a cool thing. So let's just put the DSC on. Yep, there we go. Right, so that's what it is. Now to do the ventilated seats on, so you select that, and then obviously seat heating and the ventilation comes up over there, so you can select the ventilated part, so you can have a ventilated seat and heated seat at the same time as well. It's just amazing how it is. So let's just go back, turn that off, turn the heated seat off as well. There we go. Now moving on to the setup. Now you can obviously spec how you want, configure how you want your M1 and M2 buttons over here. So these M1 and M2 buttons would allow you to configure the car the way you want. So in my M1 setup, I've got my car in the Sport Plus mode, and engines on the Sport Plus mode, the transmission in the full attack mode, which is D3, and then the chassis is in comfort, the steering wheel's in comfort, and the brake in sport mode, DSC on. I don't tend to turn the DSC off, is because in the winters I've got Pirelli tyres, and they are okay, but they're not the best tyres for the grip itself. I would never risk it. So there we go. So you can also configure the start stop as well, and then you want this sound control, which is like your valves at the back, shut or open. Right, moving on to the back side. That's just my camera gear over there. Now this is what the Grand Coupe is. Now I'm 5'9", and I mean I do put my seat quite back when I'm driving, but I'm pretty much sure if I was to move it slightly forwards, there would be enough room for another person. But it is still a lot better than a standard coupe. So, like, I'm not a fan of coupes. So there we go. You know, the exterior, so the rear of the vehicle is just like this. So you get the center console coming all the way down to the back as well. You get the climate control settings over here as well. The rear seats are they're not ventilated, by the way. Yeah, so they are just, let me just double check. Yeah, they're just heated seats, you know. Yeah, so you also get the USB-C ports over there. Then you can also drop the central armrest over here. Here are your cup holders. So here's your some storage and your cup holders over here. Quite cool, actually. Now, one good thing about this is you get the rear blinds. So you can drop the rear blind over here like this, and you can put them back up here. You can also select the rear blind of the other car from this side of the door, and then you get a rear blind at the back of the window as well. Just extremely cool, actually. Really cool. Now, the last part, the roof. This car gets the Alcantara roof. So the Alcantara roof is basically an option if you go onto the other cars, but whereas in this car you get as standard. Just good, really good. So guys, there we go. So here is the interior review of the BMW M8 Competition. I do hope you enjoyed it. I will hopefully soon, one day, I will do some driving review as well, how the car drives. And yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get some very good shots on the road. And yeah, some interior shots as well. Thank you very much, and take care. Hopefully I'll come back with another video. Thank you very much. Cheers.